We're live.
Okay, we're good. Yep.
Good evening. It's 7 p.m. on the night of August 18th, 2025. I want to call the LaGrange County Board of Zoning Appeals to order. Krista, can we have a roll call, please?
Lynn,
Present.
David.
Here.
Jerry,
Here.
Nick,
Here.
and Tyler.
Here.
Do we have a motion, a second to approve the agenda as presented?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
So we have motion and a second. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Agenda adopted. Do we have a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes of July?
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of July.
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The July meeting minutes have been approved. Any communications?
No, I have none.
Okay, so how this meeting works is the petitioner has 15 minutes to explain what they're trying to accomplish to be giving a variance. If there are any remonstrators, they will also have 15 minutes to voice their concerns. Then the petitioner will then have 5 minutes to try and answer any comments or concerns brought up by the remonstrators. Also, while presenting or speaking, make sure you're addressing the board and nobody else out in the audience. I think these are both new business.
Ready to go?
Yep.
So the first one is with Patterson and Pierce Broadband. We're in Greenfield Township, Section 25, Township 38 North, Range 11 East. It's zoned A1. It's located north of 5605 North, 1100 East, Orland. They're asking for a developmental variance to build a 199-foot tower. It's a self-supporting lattice microwave radio tower with a 53-foot roadside setback where 156 is required in the A1 zoning district. So here the parcel is outlined in red. You can see the tower placement on the drawing. Here's our parcel. To have a representative, could you state your name and give your address and then just explain to the board what you're wanting to do?
Yes, my name's Thomas Bedsole. I'm an attorney with Frost Brown Todd in Indianapolis, 111 Monument Circle, Suite 4500, Indianapolis, Indiana. With me tonight, I've got Adam Wallace, who is another lawyer at our firm. Got Tim Fincham, who's here with Pierce Broadband, and Mr. and Mrs. Patterson also. The reason we're requesting this setback variance is pretty straightforward and pretty simple, is we just want to preserve as much farmland as we can. The further we go back from it, further with the setback, then the more farm ground we eat up with it by necessity, and we would prefer not to do that. I am not the technical person. That's Tim. If you have questions about the tower and the nature of how this particular tower is built, and how presumably where it would come down if it came down, that would be the question. So Tim, would you like to, should introduce yourself and maybe explain how that works?
Yes. Hi, my name is Tim Fincham, and I'm with Pierce Broadband. The tower is designed in such a way that if there's a failure, it's usually towards the top. And so wherever the point of failure is on the tower, that's where the break point. So it's designed then to collapse upon itself. Towers, especially self-support towers, they don't fall down like this. There's always, if there's a failure, they're designed not to fail. But where the failure point is where it then buckles over. So that's how the tower is designed.
So that's really all we've got. We're happy to answer any questions you might have. We think the plans lay it out pretty well.
So it's 40, it's 53 and not the 43. Okay.
So it's 53 feet from the edge of the road,
From the
Center line.
from the center line.
Um,
So let's return to the terms of failure. Is there any possible way that if it did fail, would it make it to the road?
I don't believe so, no, because it's far enough away from the road. And these towers, I've been in the industry for 40 years. I've never seen a self-support tower fail, even in a hurricane. They're trust me, they're designed not to fail. So,
okay. If it does fail, just,
but it,
play the devil's advocate
well,
here.
it fails at the point of failure.
Okay.
So
That's
like,
usually high up, you
it's
say?
usually 50% up, and then it would tip over like this.
That, okay.
And then hang? It would-
Yes,
So it's hurricane proof, you say?
yes.
Okay. And if it were to fall on the road, say, just happenstance,
I
big,
don't-
big blow, who's responsible for the, you
Well,
guys?
we would be.
You would be, okay.
Yes, absolutely.
An act of Mother Nature, whatever you want to say, yeah,
Absolutely.
okay, all right. So you're the responsible party, okay.
I guess, probably, anybody else want to speak in favor of this petition tonight? You have any remark? Okay.
Good evening. I'm Donald Patterson. I'm the property owner, my wife as well, Gail, who's here with us. We're trying to preserve as much of the agriculture, production agriculture land as possible. That's the reason for this variance, so to speak. And it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, that the microwaves are line of sight. And that's why this tower is, being considered by you, for the construction of it, if that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can speak to that just real quick in case you're curious. This site connects to a site in Bristol and Steuben, and so it's microwave. And the way, if you go down a road and see a tower and you see what looks like a dish on the tower, that's a microwave dish. And that microwave dish is pointing off in the distance to another microwave dish, and the energy goes between those two dishes. Unlike a cellular antenna, which has energy coming, it's trying to connect to your phone. A microwave dish is trying to keep that energy to that dish. So that if you're standing at the base of the tower, there's no RF energy down on the road or below the tower because the energy is going off to that microwave dish off in the distance.
Right. And from my understanding, and just in doing some reading or whatever, there'll be the microwave how you've seen the big white circles on one side of the tower, and then on the other side of the tower is the second one because of that line of sight. So there has to be one on each side opposing for that line of sight microwave as opposed to a cellular, what he referred to.
You gave your name, but I don't think you gave your address.
I'm sorry. My address is 11290 East, 600 North, Orland.
So you don't live, you're close.
Yes, right around the corner, right off of Wall Lake. Yes, sir.
The only other thing I guess I would add, because we were talking a little bit about the nature of the microwaves, because they're point-to-point microwaves, it's easy to co-locate other facilities on the tower once it's up. So if that be police or fire or, utilities, whoever needed coverage in that area can co-locate, and they'd be placed in such a manner that they wouldn't interfere with that very narrow microwave. So it can be used as a general tower as well.
Anybody else want to speak in favor of this petition tonight? Do we have any remonstrators against this petition? We'll close the public hearing.
I
I have some
one more
que- yeah.
question.
Yes, sir.
Who began this process? Did you look for a radio tower or was?
No, sir, we were contacted by Pierce Broadband, just, because it's always been agriculture for us.
Has there been any communication as far as getting other people to come onto your tower?
No, generally what happens when the tower goes up, all the cellular guys, everyone, if there's a need, they'll be knocking on the door, our door.
Okay.
Yeah. But like he said, someone said, but the tower is available to police, fire, any governmental for free. They wouldn't charge to make our towers available.
So how long do you typically use these towers? How long until they're obsolete?
Well, company's been around for 15 years right now, and I don't see any way that it'll go away anytime soon.
Okay.
But if it is, you can write, if you approve it, how do I say that? Condition.
It'd be taken down as well, but it's not just sitting there. If it starts being used,
It's not
there's
being
no-
used.
Yeah.
Then we accept the obligation. Not just put it down.
Okay. That would be important to make sure that it doesn't just sit there for years and years.
Yeah, and that, I guess I would leave that to your council to say what's the best way to word that. But
Mhm.
certainly, that's not an issue.
Okay.
Okay. So we would need some kind of condition to restore the ground to its previous condition. Is that what we're looking at? I mean, that's what we do in the ordinance for solar. That's what we do for windmills. That's what we do for all those kind of things.
It's closest you can to its prior state.
Mhm.
I would think, I mean, that would be a good condition, but I would think this would be enough of an infrastructure that, somebody would want to take responsibility for it if this company were to cease to use it.
Mhm.
You would hope
That's true
so.
too. Yeah, that's true too. Okay.
Are there any around that aren't being used? I don't know. I don't.
No. And I do like the fact that we're trying to, one of the purposes of the UDO and the A1 was to preserve farm ground, so moving it backwards, back to these.
Well, and it's a lot less maintenance too. You don't have to take care of a driveway that
Yeah,
Right.
that's
far back too.
100 and
I
200
think even
feet back.
50 foot. would-
Biggest thing that I think, safety of everybody on the roadway.
Mhm.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, even 50 foot would be better, but,
You mean from the edge of the road?
well, back from 50 from where it's at right now, or where it's proposing. But
You're saying another 50 feet, so
I would have
104
loved to
feet.
see that, but
I am curious, if I'm looking at your print correctly, you got 101.2 from the back. Is that right?
Or just the back of the parcel
Parcel.
into the field. They're going to continue to farm around it.
Right, but I mean, you got 100, the 50 feet is just a number that you would like to stay close to the road.
Yes, sir. Just to preserve the land, the farm ground, as this commissioner said.
Can I say something about the farmland?
your name,
I'm Gail Patterson. Same address as his, 23603 Northwest 122nd Avenue. Oh, I'm sorry, 11290 600 North, Orland, Indiana, 46776. This farm ground has been farmed for a very, very long time. We have our farmer, Denver Booth, farms this and additional land that connects here.
Right.
And so the further back you move it, the less he's able to get his equipment and
Mhm.
stuff through
For
there.
turnaround and what.
So that's what we were
those
trying
purposes.
to do is we have a very long-standing relationship with him.
Mhm.
So we were trying to protect him as well and keep the land in production agriculture.
Can you go back to the aerial, Robbie, please?
It's an indention.
What you got it basically in the center. Is that your guys? That's not your guys' place to the south.
Which way is south?
Down.
down the south. The reason, I think that the reason that may have been positioned there, and I did not do that, that was some of their engineering, was there's a power pole there. And for,
Oh, yeah. I guess.
I mean, obviously, those
But
things normally have
also-
independent, power for,
Also, my understanding was that the signal would have to be at this latitude or longitude. It's
because of the
not
line of sight
just be moved
necessity
willy-nilly. It
to
has
another
be
tower that what he's
straight
talking about,
Between the two existing towers, is that right, Tim?
East and west.
East and west.
Yeah.
Okay, we could move it east and west, but not
north or south.
So we couldn't move it this way on the parcel. We were pretty well locked into where it had to be.
Pretty precise.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
I have another one. So how far, for Tim, how far north can they move that and still satellite or still microwave to the next tower?
Well, could move it maybe 10 or 20 feet.
Okay. That's, thank you. Because there's another power pole up in the north corner there, so. Okay.
And that fence row there, that doesn't interfere with the signal at all? That wooded spot back there? No,
It'd be
not
about
high
that.
enough? No, okay.
Probably about
That tree line's not that tall.
It's not, okay. I was up there, so.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Any other discussion?
They just get you to it. This side is FAA approved and it will not have lights on it either, which is a positive.
Is there like a minimum requirement for?
It doesn't
lights?
require lights.
At 199, if it was at 200 feet, there'd be lights on it.
Okay. Okay.
Just minimally invasive to, the area. I mean, that's obviously important to us as well.
Dusters won't have a problem with that.
They're a lot lower than 199 feet.
I know they are. They're nuts. I've watched them. They were out at my house yesterday or 2 days ago. But anyway, okay. So they'll be able to visualize that and see it without the lights. and so forth.
They fly around the whole field before they spray it.
Okay, all right. Very good.
Anything else? So we vote.
Thank you.
The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, and general welfare of the community. Lynn,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
The use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. Tyler,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Lynn.
Yes.
The strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property. David,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
and Jerry.
Yes.
Your petition's been approved. Thanks for coming in.
You can take your orange sign. Thank you. Okay, the next one is for Mr. Yoder. We're in Clay Township West, Section 4, Township 37 North, Range 1 East, it's Zone A2. It's located at 3700 West, 350 North LaGrange. He's asking for a developmental variance for a 12-foot side yard setback where 25 is required in the A2 zoning district. So this is what he's requesting, is the 12-foot side yard setback for a new structure here. Here's his parcel outline. Here's what he's wanting to build. Your representative, you come to the podium, give your name and address, please. And then just explain to the board what you're wanting to do here.
My name is Neil Yoder. Address is 3700 West, 350 North, LaGrange. 46761. As you can see on the wetland map there, we just bought that little strip that is yellow on the aerial there. So the logical place for us, for our barn, is where we marked it out there. Another option would be to the east of the existing house. We'd have to deal with the item on the wetland there, which we had to do that too for the garage addition that we put on there 2 years ago, I think that was. So the barn's just gonna be used. We've got one horse, and right now we just have just a movable shelter for the horse. We want to put in one horse and hay for a horse and firewood and make a place for our chickens. So that's basically what we'd be using it for. I think that about covers it. Do you need this?
Anybody else want to speak in favor of this petition tonight?
My name is Steve Har, 3765 West 350 North. I live right across the road from him, Emil, and I have no objection at all to it. And I'm gonna have to look at it, so I would hope that holds for something.
Anybody else want to speak in favor of this petition tonight? Anybody want to remonstrate against this petition? We'll close the public hearing. What's the setback off 350?
It would be 60 feet from the edge of the pavement.
70 feet from center line. Do you have another elevation that shows you the north end of that building? East elevation, there it is. So there's no entrance.
No entrance to the north end there.
So your overhang is going,
Towards, I think.
Towards the house.
okay, so this is the south
Actually-
elevation.
This is the south.
So this is the south, go to the north
Okay.
one. There's the north one.
Actually, I got that back. The two
Oh.
entrances are gonna be
No.
backwards. The two entrances are gonna be on the south side of the barn.
Okay,
So I got that overhang onto the wrong side of the barn.
yeah,
Did you want to see the north again?
yeah. So there's, what I'm trying to figure out is there a driveway going from the barn straight out to the road, or like, there's nothing gonna be there because that overhang's on the other side, right? So there's no doors.
Towards the driveway and towards the house.
Yeah. So it'd be on the opposite side on this elevation here. So the thing I'm curious about is like how much you're gonna change your driveway?
The driveway is gonna be changed. Let's see, so. Can you
Yeah.
go back to the aerial? Okay, either one's fine. Do you see where that tree
Yeah.
is?
The first one?
You've seen it staked out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But that
on
doesn't tell me what the driveway is
off
gonna do.
the
I don't think
Back
it's
up the road, probably 20 feet back off the road,
Then it's gonna,
and then go over toward the fence.
okay, so what happens in that area?
And that area would just be a turnaround.
Okay.
Vehicles, so they're not backing up.
Will it go back to the full, go back as far west as the barn itself, or will it go all the way to the fence? Okay. But there will be no release out onto the road itself. Okay.
Yeah, on the right of way, it'll stay
Okay.
safe.
He's right here.
I'd like to see it slide to the north and then meet the setback. So east, so north and east.
You said you had to deal with the IDEM to put in your
towards the
garage?
road and then-
To get a permit for the garage.
Get a permit, okay. Have you ever thought about going to DNR and asking them to delineate your wetland? Because to me, it looks like where your garden is and where that corral is to this, to the, let's see, that would be to the
East is
To the
right.
east,
Yes.
is the highest part of your, is the highest place on your property.
Yeah.
It's absolutely the highest place on your property. So have you ever thought about delineating that? Because I really would not, I don't really want to add a non-conforming use to this property. And there is already one non-conforming use on
I
it.
mean,
Well, you have an acre plot and you have a horse on it, and that's not allowed anymore.
oh, I see.
So,
I see.
I would rather not, I would rather see you build it on the
Where's
other side.
Where's the break there as far as allowing a horse?
2 acres.
It doesn't have anything to do with the horse. It has to do with the size of the lot.
The size of the lot, yeah, it's not the horse, it's the size of the lot, yes.
Yeah, that's
Excuse
what I
me,
was asking.
yes.
2 acre requirement.
2 acre.
2 acre requirement now, yes. So if, you know, it just, you know, I walked around, you know, and looked at it and I just thought that was probably the highest spot on their property. I know that creates a situation for the driveway and so forth,
Yeah,
but,
that was our reasoning why we wanted it over there next to the garage. Our buggy is in the garage, stored in there. But that, you know, that also is definitely an option. We have thought about that, and that might be what we end up doing.
But that's contingent upon DNR delineating the wetland, right?
Well, and the IDEM would have to determine if it's an actual wetland.
oh, IDEM does that then. I thought DNR determined that, okay.
It would be Indiana Department of Environmental Management, and then they could deem that he would have to go to the Army Corps to have it delineated.
Ah, okay.
So how would that work in this instance? Because we can't make this decision based on that, or
grant him what he's asking for. Right?
We could either grant what he's asking for, or we would postpone until it's delineated. And if he already knows how the system works, then
Mhm.
I imagine the contacts are similar.
Well, he went through IDEM to be able to build on.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
IDEM said that portion of it may have been an isolated wetland. But
Okay.
you don't know about the rest of it.
You don't know about the rest of it, okay.
And it was so close that.
Yeah.
They could have said it was fine.
Where's your horse pastured at? I mean, you have a lot for him right now?
Horse pasture is to the south of the garage and to the east. You can see just kind of a faint line
Is it
there.
right into
Goes
here?
right by the propane tank.
Structure that the horse goes into is.
That's a structure right there the horse goes into. Yeah.
Wraps pretty much all the way around the house up to the garden.
Yep, from the garden back to the
And
east
then the
side of the
septic
garage,
sits right
the
in
west side of
here.
the garage there.
Not an ideal situation.
The parcel doesn't appear that it fits your needs, is what you're trying to make it work.
Right, exactly. Exactly. The neighbor there to the west of us, he said he was gonna be here, but he didn't have any problems with it. He didn't show up. I don't know what's.
I know it's not always an option, but have you reached out to that property owner to I guess to the south and the east? Try
Well-
even another half acre.
Yeah, that's absolutely no option.
That's an,
No
Yeah.
option. Yeah, he's got 80 acres there. I wouldn't mind buying if I had the money. But
It's the same as situation with wetlands.
right. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd have to, yeah, get it all approved. But
Well,
here's what here.
because of the wetlands, then, I mean, obviously number 3 is the one that's the troublesome one, right? But because of the wetlands, then that would be,
What's because I wasn't up there. What's give me what's it like in the spring and such when
On
it is-
my
when-
property?
yeah, when it is wet.
when it is wet,
Do you
if I
still
wouldn't have
pass
a
your
horse
horse out?
walking out through the pasture, it wouldn't have any issues at all. But because my horse is walking around behind the garage there, it makes hook pockets, so water stands in those. Just like shallow mud, basically, back there when it gets wet. And that's another thing I want to avoid. I want to keep the horse inside more with the barn. But okay, on the east edge there, I put in a hand dug in fence posts.
Mhm.
And I went down about 36 inches and I hit that water sand and most of them, except a couple out by the road there.
So there's probably no way he's gonna.
there's no way you're gonna get that
Yeah.
wetland delineated.
Probably not.
And let's see, we put in that fence along the west edge and I can't remember hitting water there. But I don't think we put them in that deep either. But there's never like puddles of water standing on our property as far as anything big here. Kind of slopes off.
Do you
into the woods a
you said you
little
got a portable shed? Do you move that around, or does it always stay in the same spot?
bit. It stays there.
Stays in the same
It's just
spot?
on skids, just a 3-sided horse shelter.
Do you ever clean it out or anything? Do you?
Yeah.
Somebody else hauls it for you?
No, I just haul it out onto the
Pasture?
pasture.
I didn't even look. Where do you keep your hay?
And in my brother's barn, 3/4 of a mile away. So
Okay. And this would allow you to do that a
yeah,
little better.
Exactly. Save a bunch of trips over there.
Did you mess with size of the barn?
What was that?
Did you mess with the size of it? Are you stuck on that size?
Not necessarily. I'd be flexible.
Let me
on
see the
size.
aerial that has the actual drawing to. Yeah, right there. So what is, you got 20 foot of barn and an 8 foot overhang?
1-foot barn, 8-foot overhang, 20 by 30 on the barn part.
Do you have that 20 feet spec'd out? What's your plan for the 20 feet? Like how you plan on doing that? You got a 12-foot box stall and an 8-foot feed room? What do you got?
On the inside, I haven't quite made up my mind yet. I'm probably gonna have there was a 10-foot box stall I was thinking, and then maybe 2 tie stalls, and then that would leave me 10 by 10. That would give me a 20 by 20 area
Mhm.
for firewood, hay, storage, stuff like that.
The buggy's in the existing garage?
Buggy's in the existing garage, yeah.
You have some sort of loft though for hay, probably, right?
Well, right now I'm thinking of I'm getting it in on pallets, and it's gonna work pretty good to store it on the
Pallets.
pallets. If I put in a loft, it's gonna be in the future. So,
How tall are your sidewalls?
13 feet.
It's not gonna be a very tall loft.
if we put in a loft, it's gonna be very, very minimal. We don't wanna, I didn't wanna get it too high,
Right. It'll look ugly then.
look really ugly.
Are you dropping that overhang down some?
The overhang's 8 feet, yep.
My biggest concern isn't so much with the side yard setback. With the new ordinance, we designed that side yard setback to be so much as to enable small businesses to operate with that cushion of a setback. This building isn't large enough to ever be a business. My biggest concern is with the use. He mentioned he's already hauling his manure on a wetland, and I wouldn't say that's probably going to change in the future. He might have the opportunity to keep the horse out of it, but it's pretty small for a horse. I guess that's my biggest concern.
Is this where you, with that concern, would you put something down to where it's only ever one
I
horse?
can't, in my mind, I can't envision a viable solution on this property. That's my heartache.
So is your concern with the fact that the horse is stumping a mud hole in the swamp or what?
Well, he's pasturing in a wetland, which, you can get away with, but that's the only pastures in a wetland. And then he's hauling his manure in a wetland. It's the only place on this property to haul his manure. I'm put it in his garden, which isn't in a wetland, but that's probably too much for your garden.
Yeah, it is a little bit much for the garden.
So,
There's a lot wrong with this. This lot was not designed to have this use. The septic system is in a wetland. The house itself is in a wetland, unless it gets delineated, and it's not. That's a possibility. One never knows.
We do need to remember that we changed it just in August. This was a legal A1 lot that he could have had a multitude of animals on through the zoning ordinance.
well, he still can have all of his chickens and
Yeah, all that kind of stuff in there. It's just,
like I said, I'm not, the setback on the barn doesn't concern me. It's just what it's being used for.
That his horse is a legal use on this piece of property.
Yeah.
It's hard to find fault with him for having a horse on a piece of ground that's zoned properly for it. May not be ideal, but it is zoned properly for it.
The benefit to it is, he is going to be able to have a dry place to put his horse in the spring and the winter, rather than a makeshift stanchion, I guess. And
I don't think if we turn this down, I don't think he's gonna up and move. No, I think he's gonna make it work,
yeah.
so.
And it doesn't sound like he's gonna eliminate that wetland.
Yeah.
From him digging down 3 feet.
I think if it's allowed here, I think if for sure to not let another pony and a cow and things like that slip in there. That would be non-conforming no matter what, right?
I don't think his barn's big enough to put any more like
No,
that.
it's 1
The
acre, right?
non-conforming, it only has to do with the size of the lot now
Right.
because we changed it. It has nothing to do with his horse. His
Right.
horse is not a part of this BZA at all. He's asking for a structure on his property that doesn't meet a setback.
Right. But what I'm asking is if the structure, if that structure is built now, immediately you can have a cow and a horse and a pony, because you've got the structure now.
Because he has the right to use his land for that also, correct?
But it's, okay, help me understand. As I understood it, it was anything under 2 acres you can't have a horse.
No.
Okay, so he can't.
There's nothing in the UDO that says anything under 2 acres, you can't have a horse.
Oh,
The UDO created as minimum lot size in the A2 zoning district as 2 acres.
okay.
And so also we just changed the A1 to go minimum of 2 to 5 acres.
Gotcha.
So those are both agricultural districts. All we did was change the lot size. We didn't say you couldn't have a horse if you were under 2 acres. We didn't say you had to have 2 acres to have a horse.
Gotcha. Okay.
All we did in the UDO
Misunderstood.
was change the lot size. That's why he called this a legal non-conforming lot now, because we changed the ordinance that
Gotcha.
made this an non-legal lot.
Mhm.
So it's considered legal non-conforming now.
Gotcha. So there's no way to really hold that to where there's not a lot of animals end up on this property because it's legal to do it.
It's zoned appropriately to have animals.
Well, then I guess that's up to the user. But that in itself doesn't have anything to do with us necessarily. It's just abuse of the animal if you're out standing in mud 24/7. I understand. If I had this property, that's exactly what I'd want to do. I mean, because it's in the proximity to everything. It's what I would want to do too, but it is against what the code is.
So did the side yard setback change
It did.
first of the year?
It did. It's changed in August.
Well,
And the reason we changed it was because a lot of times on these properties, you guys want to do a business and they're setting the business so close to the property line.
Yeah.
And obviously this barn's small enough that even if it were to become a business, it'd be a very small one. I don't foresee it ever becoming a
don't have any
business because of how small it is. So yeah, I don't have a problem with the setback. I guess that's what we're here for, so. And if there's going to be a horse on this property and continue to be a horse on this property, that barn's only going to help the husbandry of the horse.
situation.
It is.
Any other discussion?
Have a vote.
The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, and general welfare of the community. Len,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
The use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. Nick,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Lynn.
Yes.
The strict application of the terms and of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property. Jerry,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
Lynn,
No.
David.
Yes.
Your petition's been approved. Thanks for coming in. Any other business?
I have none.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign.